Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Cinnamon Stitches. I'm your yarn host Jennifer. Today we are going to talk about all of the fun that I had at, well, it was at Dances with Wool in Midlothian, which is a I'm going to say a subdivision. I don't know what the heck you call it. It is a suburb of Richmond, Virginia. Now, my brain is a little off today. I will tell you why. I got woken up quite early this morning. Is he even in here? Nope. By Sir Ben Germain, otherwise known as Bentley. But we're of course, today's video. The whole purpose of today's video is to tell you about the amazing garage sale and LYS day. And here comes Miss Oreo. I don't know what you guys can see in the background because I'm kind of blocking up everything. I woke up this morning bright and early to Bentley whimpering. Last thing I knew, he was laying next to me in bed. Mr. Cinnamon was already up and gone. This was like in the wee early morning. Oreo is in bed with me, which Oreo sleeps with her sister, with my daughter. So she shouldn't be in my bed at all. And Bentley is whimpering on the landing by the stairs. I thought maybe he had to go to the bathroom. I didn't think nothing was wrong. I just thought he was being a butt, right? So go in the bathroom. He comes into the bathroom with me. Close the door, I look at him, and he's shaking and like cowering away from me. And I'm like, oh God, what happened? What now? What now? What now? He lays down whimpering again. And I could see knots on his rear end. And I cleared the sleep from my eye, and I actually focused on him as best I could without my glasses on, because my eyesight is all over the place lately. And I forgot my glasses upstairs, so whatever. We're all blurry today. I looked at him and I was like, what is wrong with your face? I keep hearing him behind me. He's not. Yes, he is. Up. Let's show everybody your face. Hey, up! He's like, no, Mom, I am not coming up. The tip of his snout is all swollen and bulbous all the way around his mouth and his nose. You're not going to come up for Mommy? Up. I have pork rinds. You want one? Up. He's had Benadryl, so it's gone down a lot. But all around here is really swollen and hot and tender. All the way around there. Right here. He can swallow and he's breathing fine. But this morning, my poor Bubba's was covered in, I know, he was covered in welts. I think it was actually hives. He definitely got attacked by something. He has what looks like sting marks in his ears. He's got little, I'm sorry. He has big, giant, swollen stinger marks where his testicles should be. You can get down now. Come on. I know there's a lot of stuff right here, but move the chicken. Gotta move the chicken. All right, everybody out. Out. Scarlett's a good girl. Out. Oreo's next. Out. Good girl. Go lay down in bed. Go. Thank you. You're all good dog. Oh, Bentley's like, no, Mom, you have pork rinds. I'm not going anywhere. I started to panic because it looked like he had at least 100 bites or stings on him. Not in this neck of the woods. We have all kinds of stinging things, biting things. We have venomous snakes. We have wasps. We have things that are called cicada killers, and they're like bees on steroids. Are like this long, and they're long, but they look like a bee. They actually will kill cicadas. Well, from what Mr. Cinnamon has told me, I have not officially looked this up. I may be completely wrong. They use their stinger to sting cicadas and plant something inside the cicadas, which kills them, and then eats. I don't know. I don't know how any of that works. They're this big. I kid you not. They're like pinky fingers flying through the sky. They're scary. our old dog Day Day has actually been stung by a cicada killer, and his whole face ballooned up. I think more likely it was a wasp nest or a bee nest, and I'm thinking more along the lines of wasps because we have wasps here. We've been fighting wasps for a while. There was a wasp nest in the tree when we had the blizzard, the ice storm, and the tree was like raining down on our house. He's just covered. He's covered in stings or whatever it is. And after the thing with the vet last week with Oreo, I'm like, I can't do another vet today. I cannot do it. I can't do it. So I gave him the proper dosage of Benadryl, and I know what the proper dosage of Benadryl is for him because he's had to have Benadryl before. And a lot of the bumps went away within 20 minutes of giving him Benadryl. He didn't want to take the Benadryl, and because his mouth was so swollen, he wouldn't let me touch his mouth to open it to put the Benadryl in. I had to bribe him with, I tried bribing him with whipped cream. He wasn't having it. He didn't want it. I tried bribing him with peanut butter. He was running away from us, so I had to wake Juju up early because it's not a class day for her. I was like, I need you to help me get him to take some medicine because otherwise I got to take him to the emergency vet, and I cannot afford that right now. And so she is really good with animals. She has history. She has training with taking care of animals. She took animal care classes in high school. He took the medicine because she was helping. And it's funny because Oreo I have to be the one to administer Oreo's medicine because she bit Juju's finger on accident. And I was like, you got to do it this way. You got to pinch her jowls so she's biting her own cheek because then she doesn't bite down. And then use your finger and stick the pill at the back of her throat. And immediately I hold the treat in this hand because she will spit it out of food 100% of the time. I put the pill here and the treat here, and I go, hurt. Oh. And she tastes the treat, so she chews and swallows. The only way I can get Oreo to take a pill. Scarlet will swallow anything for me. Bentley didn't want to be touched. He was hurting, like all over. He was hurting. He was swollen. He was, it was scary. It was so scary. So my brain is not all the way there today. So if I misspeak, if I say something that don't make sense, we're just going to roll with the punches and it's Cinnamon Stitches land. Like, it's just, we're just, some days we're barely scraping by, okay? And it is what it is. However, he's in his normal spot laying behind the chair because I have not moved the doggy bed back in here yet because I'm cleaning and arranging. Do you guys see this big empty space on the wall right here? This was all buckets. It was all buckets of yarn. The buckets have been placed. Let me see if I can move you guys. I have redone all of this. The buckets are now on shelves. This is not going to stay here. It's just there because it's out of the way. She's not going to stay there. Everything is organized. Everything is organized. There is a big mess on the floor. I have two buckets of the normal bucket size. And I have a really large bucket. So I have 3 buckets. I have an empty bucket over there. And at first I was panicking. Like, I wanted to empty the buckets. I wanted the buckets to be empty. And I haven't emptied all but 1 bucket. Actually, I emptied 2 buckets. And I refilled one of them with yarn from the shelves. It's fine. And I started to panic. I'm like, I haven't gotten rid of enough yarn. I got rid of 50 boxes of yarn. You ain't got it. Like, my brain is fighting me, right? And then when I started putting the buckets on the shelves, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buckets on the shelves. And there's no buckets over here. And there's 3 buckets on the floor with yarn on it. I cut the bucket. Like, there's not going to be any buckets over there. There's not going to be anything over there by the time I'm done. Because I still have empty shelf space. And so we're filling the shelf space up. I don't think there's going to be any buckets over there anymore. So then I realized, wait a minute, you're stupid. And this is just the way I talk to myself, okay? I don't actually think I'm stupid, but like, that's the way I talk to myself. I was like, you're stupid. You were mad because you didn't get rid of the buckets. Because before I put the buckets on the shelves, they were still stacked right here. And I was like, Once they got on the shelf, I was like, you're stupid. You got rid of enough yarn for 6 buckets. And those buckets are 12 gallons. So 6 times 12 gallons. I got rid of a lot of gallons of yarn. And hopefully by the time this video airs, some of you will have already received your buckets. And hopefully you post pictures of all the beautiful goodies that I put in there for you. Why are we here today? I bought more yarn. I bought a bag of yarn, which is nowhere near equivalent to the 6 buckets. I bought some fluff, and I'm gonna talk all about that today. That's what, I'm gonna pull my hair up though because it's irritating me currently. So I have been talking and posting and letting y'all know about, it looks so much brighter in the background. What is happening? It's gotta be because these are light colored instead of dark colored yarn. Because there was dark colored in cakes all right here, remember? It definitely looks brighter in the back. I'm liking that. This table is probably going to be moved over to the corner so that it looks more airy, and she might go on this side. I don't know. Like we are in the depths. And there is stuff all around me on the floor, including a dog who loves his mommy so much because I fixed him with Benadryl instead of several $1,000s at the vet, because I know what would have happened. We need to keep him all day. Every time. We need to keep them all day. Well, then they charge you for keeping them all day. Like, let's not go back down that road. Let me move my planner out of the way. Okay, so I have been posting and talking about in several videos about the yard sale at Dances with Wool in Midlothian, Virginia / Richmond area. Okay? She did it last year, and I went and I scored some. Now, last year when I went to the yard sale, I had no idea what was happening. We went to Richmond in that area in Midlothian for the sole purpose of picking up a vehicle for my daughter going to prom. Prom was expensive. I didn't have extra money for yarn at the time, right? Matter of fact, I didn't have any money on me at all. So Mr. Cinema's like, I saw the yarn yard sale. We were stopped, I kid you not, at the light. And I looked over and I was like, what the heck is a yarn yard sale? I forgot Dances with Wool was there. I'd only been there one time prior to this. And I'm looking, I was like, is that the yarn shop we went to? And he's all, you want to stop? I was like, I don't have any money today. This was last year. He's all, let's just go see. Right? And so we went. And I got hanks of yarn for like $10. I think one lady was $8. Like, hanks of yarn. Now, if you don't know, this is a hank. These, on average, retail from $25 to $35, $40, $50, depending on what yarn it is, who dyed it, all that stuff, right? I have seen a hank of yarn like this for $80 because it was hand spun. Okay? So what I'm saying is $8 and $10 is amazing, outstanding. Okay? Like I said, we were doing prom things. She had a dress. Her dress was on clearance, though. It was a really good deal. We rented her a vehicle so we could chaperone, or not chaperone, chauffeur her around, because it's her last dance of high school, and we wanted it to be a big deal, you know. Graduation was coming up, and Mr. Cinnamon gave me like a couple dollars. I bought, I think, less than 5 hanks of yarn, because it's like, it was it, right? And I was like, oh, I'm so going to this again. It was fun. Last year it was set up completely different, and there were way more vendors. But this year it was raining. And with everything that happened with Oreo and the stress hell week we had last week. And if you don't know, you didn't watch Monday's video, but last week was hell. It was hell. I wasn't sure I was going to the yard sale because Oreo's vet bill was $1,380 or something like that. I had to sell 50 boxes of yarn, which was already emotionally taxing. The things with Lucas's school, like, it was thing after thing piling on top of me last week, and I was just stressed out. I'm like, I don't know if we're even going. And little man wanted to go. And I'm like, I'm not going to tell him no. I will scrape together my little dollars. I borrowed money from the grocery money because I knew I had Etsy money coming in for because of the boxes. So I'm like, I'm going to borrow the grocery money, which I don't ever recommend doing. Don't do that. That causes extra stress and anxiety. Don't do that. But I did it because we're going to go have a good time. Okay? We're going to go and have fun. So I borrowed a little bit of money from the grocery money. And I was like, I don't want to spend over $100. I don't want to spend over $100. None at all. And I thought that was reasonable because, like, I mean, it's raining. I don't know how many vendors are going to be out. So this is the size bag I bought. This was within my $100 price range. This whole bag of Hanks, this is all Hanks, was $90 from a bunch of different vendors. I did go over the $100. Like I said, I borrowed for my grocery money and that got paid back today. So we're all good. We're squared up. The reason I tell you all of this is because I want you to understand I'm not made of money. I also want you to understand that budgeting has to happen in my world. And I also want you to understand that I know not everybody has an extra $100 that they could borrow from their grocery money to do that. I totally understand that. Trust me, I understand that more than you know. And I also feel like I have to justify this to you guys because of everything that's been going on. But no, like this is just what happened. This is what we're doing. It was an amazing time. I have zero regrets, right? So I stayed under the $100. It was $90 exactly. And then I saw this young girl. I think her name is Crochet Potato or Potato Crochet. She was there last year and I bought a strawberry turtle and a regular turtle from her. And I opened up the wrong app because I want to show you. Without having to do extra editing because I don't want to do extra editing. This was her table. She had these cute little brontosauruses, a bee, triceratops, axolotls, ladies, snakes. These were all keychains. She had really cute fish over here. She had chicken legs, which look like dinosaurs. Her prices were really reasonable. I purchased from her last year. And she's really sweet and friendly. I bought a rainbow fish for Juju, and I bought a triceratops for Little Man. The triceratops is all of this big, and the fish is not much bigger. And you can see by the windshield how much it was raining. It was a hot mess. So, they had both the yard sale going on in the rain outside. But it was also LYS Day, Local Yarn Shop Day. And so they had stuff going on inside. And I was like, I would like to do both and support both. So, the two amigurumi for the kids was $18. I didn't include that in the cost or the budget for the yarn yard sale, and I did not include the LYS purchase, but I only wanted one thing from the LYS purchase to also support Dances with Wool because she was the one doing the event. So I was like, I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna give her support, I'm gonna buy one fluff. I actually bought 2 stickers as well, but like one fluff. I'm supporting her. I have more fluff to spin with. I'm a happy girl. Like, everything works out. Like, the universe is even. But when I went up to the girl to buy the amigurumi, she said it was $18 for both. And I just handed her 20, told her to keep the change. And she was, like, shocked that I did that. Oh, my God, thank you. And I was like, just keep on crocheting. Like, she's all, I'm not ever going to quit. I can't foresee me ever stopping. And I told her, I was like, crochet is life. And I told her, I was like, I knit and crochet. And, like, crochet is everything. So, now let's rewind a little bit. We wake up in the morning and I'm still anxiety. And I know it's anxiety. My brain is like, you shouldn't go, you shouldn't go, you shouldn't go. So the sale started at 8. I didn't get out of bed till 8:30. Little man is still asleep. I'm terrified to wake him up because he's cranky when we wake him up. And like the kind of week he had, like I was just like, ooh, I don't want to wake him up right now. And so Mr. Cinnamon went downstairs. He's all, I'm going to start breakfast. And he woke up Little Man. A little man came downstairs and he was in a really decent mood. Like, he started off like snappy, but that's normal. And then he was like, he ate his breakfast without any issue. He started to get dressed, but like this is when he slows down. I can't find pants. I want shorts. I don't know what to wear. And he's walking around with this giant blanket dragging over the top of his body in slow motion, walking through the house. And at this point, I had already told Mr. Cinnamon, if we're going to this yarn sale, I'm not leaving at 10 o'clock. The sale ends at noon. Richmond is an hour drive on a good day. With traffic, it could be 2 hours. I'm not doing it. The weekend before, we were supposed to go to a community type sale on a farm, and we missed it because we left the house a little bit too late, and by the time we would have gotten to the farm, there would have only been 20 minutes left of the sale, and we opted not to go at that point. I did tell the story already. I'm like, we're not doing that again. Mr. Cinnamon waits till the last second to do anything. He leaves. If he's got a doctor appointment at 10, he leaves at 9:50. Cinnamon Stitches don't do that. Cinnamon Stitches, if she's got an appointment at 10 o'clock and the doctor's office is 10 minutes away, I leave at 9:30. Because I'm going to be there sitting in the parking lot waiting, because I would rather be way early than to be 2 minutes late, because that just does not work in my world. Does not. You want to talk about anxiety? I will go through the roof if I'm late. I don't like it. My daddy made me always be early. Always. My dad would, my dad was the same way. Like, that is something he really instilled in me. It is better to be early than to be late. Better to be early and sit in the parking lot. And that man was always early to everything. And people knew if he was going to be there at a certain time, he was going to be there at a certain time. Like, they trusted his word. That is who I am. And I have no apologies about it. And I hate that Mr. Cinnamon is always either skinning by on time or he's always late. Like, oh, it drives me crazy. It drives me crazy. So 9:22 exactly on the dot. Little man get dressed. He just got the blanket like over his whole, like, it is a big giant blanket for his bed. I can't find any pants. I can't find any shorts. I will kill you. Go get dressed. I need to be there. It's raining. I need to be there, get dressed. And then, like, Mr. Cinnamon is sitting on the kitchen, like, I will kill you both. Like, we're not doing, I'm not leaving at 10 o'clock. I'm not leaving at 10 o'clock. I told y'all I'm leaving without you. I grabbed Mr. Cinnamon's truck keys and I went out to the car and I started it. I kid you not. I sat there, I took a deep breath, and both of them appeared dressed and ready. All I did was walk out to the truck. I ain't never seen either one of them move that fast. I'm coming. I looked at Mr. Cinnamon. I said, I don't want to drive. He's old thing, get out of the driver's seat. Like, right. Because I had my bag packed with a project in it. I wanted to be passenger princess, and I wanted to crochet on the way down there. I barely crocheted on the way down there because, like, I can't turn my brain off. I cannot turn it off. It's like, woo, all over the place. Okay? So, we're already way later than I wanted to be. I wanted to be one of the first people there because of the weather, because I wanted to get all of the first choices of the good yarn. You know what I'm saying, right? You gotta go early to yard sales. That's just the way it works. We arrived and it was drip, drip, drop, little April showers. It wasn't full on like raining, right? But on the wait drive there, it was raining. Oh, it was raining. So I'm like, they're going to cancel. I kept checking Dances with Will's website. Did they cancel it? They never announced that they closed it. And like, so I'm like, all right, maybe we're okay. Maybe we're okay. Right, we pull in. There's maybe half of the amount of vendors that there was last year, and they're in one little section. But they all have their trunks of their cars open and product in the trunks of their cars to keep it dry. So I was like, and everything was in plastic. Like, almost everybody had everything in plastic. I'm like, all right, we got here. And they all cheered up like, oh, somebody's here, because nobody was there when I arrived. Not a single person was in the yard sale except the sellers. I pull in. The very first car I went to was the very first one on the end, and it was a man, which made me happy. I don't know why it made me happy, but I was like, and he had a good vibe. He's all, hey, how's it going? He was very like, so happy, right? And I'm looking through his bin, and I see this, which is Disney villains. It's Maleficent. It's Halloween. It's just, and it's looking more blue, but it's definitely purple and like slime green. Okay. It's very cool. It's Moondrake. It's a bulky. It's only 106 yards. It's 100% superwash. I saw this when I was like, I think I kind of need this one because like I like the colors, and I was just digging it, right? And so I handed it to him for him to hold. He was really, really nice and willing to hold everything. And then I believe he had this one. I'm not positive, so I may be wrong about which yarns I bought from which vendors, but like there was a lot going on. I think I saw this one and I was like, I kind of need that one, right? It's Madeline Tosh. Madeline Tosh is ridiculously expensive. I'm talking like $38 sometimes. I don't know how much this one is. Hang on, let me look this up. Let's see if we can find this one in particular to give you an idea. Because sometimes Google will take a picture and then tell me. Out of stock. Nope. Madeline Tosh, the Radness. The Redness. Not Madeline Torres. I did not say Torres. And then it changed it to the Redness. Radness. Jimmy Bean's Wool has it. $30. $30, okay? It's got all the neon speckles. You guys know, already know. I love neon speckles. So I'm like, all right, I'll take these two. Thinking on average probably $10 because the last year, like, Hanks were about $10 from who I purchased from. And he's all $10. I was like, for both? And he's all, yeah. Well, let me grab another one because that kind of matches. So I was like, well, I might as well take this one too, right? I might as well. And I think these are both worsted. Oh, Tosh DK. This is Tosh DK and this is worsted, but honestly, they're going in something together because the DK looks fatter than the worsted. I'm gonna be real honest. Yeah, it's fatter. Look. Oh, you can't tell on there, but these are going together. They are. Because I said so. Because there's some of the same colors in here. So I was like, he's all, okay, that's 15. I was like, well, we might as well. And he looked at me and smiled. He already knew where I was going. He's all, might as well make it 20, right? Like we were in sync. So he's digging through his own bucket to find me something to match this. Which I was like, I'm here for, right? He's all, this will go with it. And he sat it down and it was like a navy blue. I was like, but it was a solid. You guys know I don't do solids. I was like, I don't know about that one. He's all, you don't have to get it. And I was like, no, I kind of think this one because it has some of the same purples in here. And I don't do brown. You already know I don't do brown. But I thought it was really pretty. And they're the same yarn. Different colorways. So they were meant to go in a project together. Although now I'm thinking this would be super cute for Halloween. But like, I know you can't tell because this is coming across blue. So it's got the same purple in it. Let me find a spot. Right here. See that? That is the same purple. So they could totally go on a project together. They may not. 20 bucks for all 4 of these. It's like buy one, get 3 free on any day. So yes, sir. Right? And I also really vibed with the guy, so I was really excited. This one, in case I didn't say, is Shirsty Cat Design, Madeline Tosh. Now I'm excited. I got money flowing. I got yarn coming in my hands. Little man is holding my bag and putting yarn in it. Because this has plastic liner in it. So it's almost waterproof. And I'm walking along. And the rest of these, with the exception of one, I don't remember. So those, I know went together. The rest of these, I'm not real positive on the price. Some of these are marked. Some of them are not. That was only $4. Oh my god. Okay. So like I said, some of these have prices. Some of them don't. I don't remember. This one says $10. That one says $15. That one doesn't have a price on it. Those two have a price on it. That one don't have a price on it. And those have a price. So I'm just going to show them to you. And I stopped at several vendors. Pretty much anyone that had yarn, I stopped and looked. I passed by a couple of vendors because they were also, first of all, I don't stop if it's all neutrals. Jen don't do no neutrals. We don't play. I don't like neutrals. I don't like boring colors. I don't like dark colors. This is about as dark as I will ever go. And that's actually really dark considering it's me. Like, my tastes are not dark. I like neon. I like neon. I like bright colors. So I'm walking along. Also, it wasn't just yarn, it was fabric. So there were vendors set up with their fabric because there's across the parking lot, in the same parking lot, is also a quilt shop, which I've never been into, know nothing about it, don't even know the name of it. They also have vendors come selling their fabrics, which I do not need fabric. I have an entire giant tub of fabric that is meant for pillowcases and curtains and project bags, and I have not had time, or I've not taken time to make a single thing sewed in forever. I have the fabric. I know what I bought the fabric for, but there are not enough hours in the day. We know this. So I was like, I'm avoiding the fabric tables because I don't need fabric at all. I didn't need yarn either, but like, yarn makes me so happy. Okay. So like I said, I don't know what tables most of these came. I know where that came from. Most of these came from, I'm guessing, on average, I spent $20 or under at each vendor, yard sale person. I bought 2 skeins here, 2 skeins there. I bought 4 skeins at guy number 1 because $20 and I couldn't resist. I know that these were both from the same vendor because she had 3 of these monstrosities. Are these not beautiful? But the third one I was gonna buy, but it was browns, and we don't do brown. I don't like brown. I like bright colors. So I got these 2 because I thought these were gorgeous and so fun and bright. And this is way more Jen than this one, but I thought this was really pretty too. And these were $4 each, and they're as big as my head. Okay, now what are these? Because you still have the tag on them. This is, I really need my glasses. You know, I think I have spare glasses down here. I got old glasses. They're not perfect, but they will help me see a little bit. Cherry Tree Hill machine washable hand dyed, or hand wash dry flat, 100% superwash. This is Super Sock Select Lace, almost 500 yards for $4. And the sticker on here says fingering. This is the color Sugar Maple, which I'm not seeing Sugar Maple at all. I'm seeing like, maybe it's Sugar Maple in the fall when the leaves are changing. But that is very much like Flame, Flambe, something or another. Glasses are filthy. See, I've been sitting on my desk collecting dust forever, and there's big scratches across the lens. I need to go to the eye doctor. But again, eye doctor costs money. Now, we're doing other things, okay? Money is not the problem with the eye doctor. It's just, I just haven't taken the time to go. And this one is called Life's a Beach. Which this reminds me more of the forest than the beach, but like, whatever. Are these not fun? Campfire, right? Okay, so this is the campfire, and this is the woods where you're camping with the tent. Because we grew up, we had a tent, that green color, the dark green, it was a Coleman tent. It was a 5-person tent, but really those 5 people tent only hold 3 people. Yeah, this is camping. This is what this reminds me of. I thought they were so pretty. I was like, $4? Yes, sir. And look how big they are. And not only that, like if you don't like super thin yarns, hold them double. There's 500 yards here. I literally could take 2 pieces of this, take both ends, and hold them together and crochet from both ends. Or I could cut these in half and like make 2 different cakes, equal weights, and hold it double together. And then I'll have a very beautiful marled DK weight yarn with either one of these. And then because this is almost 500 yards, I'll have 250 of a DK instead of 500 of a fingering. $4. This one was, I think, the most expensive one I bought. She wanted $15 for this. It's Pima cotton. It's DK weight. It is from Crochet is Art Fibers Dune. I really like the color, and I told her I wanted it before I saw that it was $15, because I don't think this is worth $15, because I have lots of hanks of cotton that I spent $10 on, and even cheaper. But like, I mean, she can price her yarn at whatever she wants, and I obviously wanted it enough to buy it. But it is pretty. It's 218 yards. And then she also had this one, and I know because she wrote the price on both of them, and the handwriting is the same. This one was $10. This one is Mill End Lorna's Laces hand-dyed yarns, Shepherd's Sock, 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 430 yards. And I bought this one because it goes with another yarn that I purchased at the South Carolina Fiber Fest, where there's a lot of white and then there's like bits of color. I think these two would go really well together. I don't know where, I can't see where it's at. I think it's up there. It might be back here. I don't see it. But the other one I bought is almost all white with, I think, red and orange and another color on it. Oh, I didn't even realize there's green hidden in there. Oh yeah, it is right there. Durr. So purple, blue, and green with a lot of white. So this is gonna probably color pool, which I'm glad. Like, I think this is really pretty. And then I want to say I got all 4 of these at the same vendor, but I'm not positive on that. I may have gotten 2 at one vendor and 2 at the other vendor. But I saw this and it's the same colors I'm working with on a shawl. So I was like, well, I kind of need that because it's not the same yarn. It's not going to go on the shawl, but I really like the fade of the blues. This is kind of like, what are those called? They sold them at Michael's for a while, where it's 5 individual little cakes and you got to peel them all apart and cake each one of these little hanks. I want to say it's not Peyton's, is it? I don't remember. It was really soft acrylic, but it was in this type of braid. But you had to take each one of these. Okay, you guys got it. I already said it. This is Ballyhara Farm, hand-dyed, fine fibers. This is, again, fingering sock weight, 93 yards each ball. And there's 5. This is the colorway Baby Blues, 75, 25, superwash merino, and nylon. It says 5 mini skein set, 465 total. This will make a beautiful fade, whatever it is, but it's really, really pretty. And then the last 3 totally are going in a project together because I think they're all sock. Yep. And I think I got this one at the same booth as the blue one. And I want to say these were $8 to $10 each. This is, got a cute little dog on the tag. It says Alpha B yarn in Vancouver, Washington. Luxe B, 50% superwash, 50% silk. It's real shiny too. It looks way prettier on camera than it is looking in my real life, but it's still pretty. 437 yards. Look at how beautifully variegated that purple is. It's just so pretty. It's funny because the guy I first purchased the yarn from, he's all, I can tell you like purple. Your hair's purple after all. I was like, actually, it was pink a couple weeks ago. He's all, oh, there's still pink in there. We had a whole conversation about the color of my hair. I was like, I just really like bright colors. Like purple's not even one of my favorite colors. I like purple. Purple's not one of my favorite colors, like hot pink, like anything fluorescent, neon, like anything like that. But like I said, me and him were vibing, and Mr. Cinnamon was right there, so it wasn't anything weird, but like we were vibing. And when you vibe with another crafter, like there's something special and magic about that, right? Like we just kind of got each other. I was like, I could hang out with this dude all day and just talk knitting, crochet, yarn. I'm gonna be real honest. All right, so that beautiful purple yarn. And then there was a Lolo did it everyday sock as well. And there is hair on it, and it's not mine because it's dark. This is the colorway Hippo for Valentine's. You see where I'm going with this? I mean, hello. So it's got purple and red. I just think this is so pretty. And I've always wanted Lolo Did It. I don't have any. I've never even seen it for sale at any of the things I've gone to. And that might just be because of where I live. I just haven't seen her anywhere. Fingering weight 463 yards, 75/25 superwash merino nylon blend. I think this is so pretty. It's got like a gray base, so pretty. And then this one also has the purples, and they're just going together. They're just going together. I'm just making my own sets. We're just doing our thing. This is the Lemonade Shop, which I've never heard of. Mighty Sock Blend, 465 yards. This is the colorway Hawking. Isn't that the city from Stranger Things, Hawking? Juju would know. But it's got like a dark purpley black base. See, it almost looks black, but then it's purple. So it's like purple and black base. This is given Stranger Things now that I'm thinking about Hawking. That's the name of the city from Stranger Things, right? It's got all these wonderful speckles. So, look at that. That's so pretty. Yeah, these are going together. They're going together. All right, the last vendor I'm showing you is not the last lady I stopped by. One of these, I think it was this girl. I stopped by her. Actually, I didn't pay $15 for this. She knocked $2 off. So I bought this and whatever one I bought with this. Now I'm remembering. This one. She had them on the floor of her trunk and her trunk was dirty. So when I pulled them out, there was like dirt. And I'm like picking at it like that. Because, you know, I'm not buying stuff with bugs in it, right? I always check for bugs. And I always check to see if they stink. Some of these smell slightly musty, like they've been around too long. That one ain't it. See, they all smell fine now because they're in my house, and so now they smell like my house. That one's slightly musty. That one's not. It's not stinky bad. It just smells like dust, you know? So I pulled these two out, and it was like 15 and what, 10? And she knocked it down. She'll just give me 20. So I think these were 10 each, I think. But I only ended up giving her 20. And what drew me to her is because she had yarn tucked into her car trunk, not like a hatchback. And a lot of them had hatchbacks or like, you know, doors that open like that because they were driving like a Subaru or something. You know, the doors that go whoop like that. Whoop. They make that noise. These glasses feel so weird on my face. They're like touching my cheeks, which I'm not used to. And And I was going this way and she was on this side. She's all, yarn, I have yarn over here. And I looked at her, I said, oh, you said the magic word. And I was like, yarn, like I come, you say yarn, I come. And she laughed, like she's a cute little young girl. And so when I pulled the yarn out of her trunk, like I said, it had a little bit dirty bits. This woman, on the other hand, was very excited about her display, and she set it up nice. Like she had like a little bar over the top of her table and like little clips holding some of the yarn up there. Her yarn was extremely reasonably priced, like sometimes a little bit too low priced. And she's like, we have, and okay, so they're all hanging like this, right? And they're hanging from little clips. It was so cute. She goes, we have, and she squeezed it, we have shawl quantities. There was another one next to it. We have shawl quantities here. You can make a whole shawl with these. And then she's on, I have, and she pulls out this box and she's like, I have socks that never got made into socks. And she even had them bagged up so that she would buy a sock thing and then split it into two 50-gram balls so she can make 2 equal socks, right? And she had that all, like it was done. She was gonna make socks and just never got around to making the socks. And she's like, and she's telling me about everything on her table, right? She's very excited. I adored her. She was very like good energy, right? And she's all, I have a half a sock that's totally free. You can have it. And I don't want somebody else's sock that she didn't fit in. I don't want, what am I gonna do with it? And she looks a little mad. She's all, you can use it for a phone case. And it's like she read his mind. And he's all, oh yeah. She's all, here, you can have it. And she gave it to him for free. So this is his phone case. There's also something else in the, oh, she started, see, she's got 2 partial socks in here. She did all the hard work of the toes. I honestly could probably finish. There's not enough here to finish, but I honestly, I don't think I'm going to tell little man. I think I'm just going to frog it and turn it back into yarn. And if he wants a phone case or something, I will make him one. But she gave this to him for free. I'll see what he wants to do. If he really wants it made into a phone case, we'll make it into a phone case, but like I can make him one in his favorite color. But that was free, which is hilarious. And then I also bought some of her cotton yarn that was part of a shawl kit that she put together herself to make herself a shawl. And she said she never got around to it, which, I mean, we've all been there, right? I got 100 shawls in here that I never started. And I didn't buy all of the yarn that she had put together for the shawl. So she had this color, this is all cotton. She had this colorway and this colorway. And then she also had this yarn in the same shade of purple. And so she had them all up there hanging. $2 each. $2 a hank. These hanks are, looks like she got them at a clearance sale. It says regular price $9. Yeah. Okay, so regular price was $9, sale price was $7.20, and their price, whoever it was, this was $3.99. So she had a whole bunch of them. She charged me $2 each, which is incredibly, incredibly fair. So this is Wisdom Yarns. I know one of these has a better sticker. She tried to pull the sale tag off and then gave up and just put the sale sticker over the top of it. Like, girl, you ain't got to be ashamed. You got it on clearance. So I got 3 in this color for $2 each, which I think was still a really good deal. And then these were $2 each. So I have 5 of these to go in a project together. The Wisdom Yarns, it says 100% cotton. DK weight, 50 grams, 109 yards. So there's 300 yards here. And then these were really pretty. This was cotton candy. Does that say what that is? No, the tag ripped off. This one is Cotton Candy. And she once again put the sticker, it's funny, she put the $2 sticker. She paid $2.99 for these. Put a $2 sticker on there, which I gladly paid $2. I would have paid $3. Actually, I probably would have paid $5 for these. They're pretty. I don't care what she paid. Just because she got a good deal on them. And these smell slightly musty. Like they've been hanging around. They smell like old lady musty. She wasn't old though, so. And this also says light worsted, which I'm guessing is like a DK equivalent. But these are probably going to go in a project together because they're pretty. And it was all of $2, $4, $6, $8, $10 for all 5. That is everything I got at the yard sale, which was 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and a sock set. 17 hanks. Let's do a little math. I don't know how that was so cheap. 17 divided, no, 90 divided by 17. On average, I paid $5.29 per hank. I'm gonna take that all day. Every day for the rest of my life, I would pay that. I have no regrets whatsoever. I got amazing yarn. And I have the same problem these people have, is I have these beautiful hanks and I don't have, like, the problem is I don't take the time to unhang. I bought a bunch of arcane fibers with the intention of making them into something, and they're sitting here because taking them from this and making them into a cake, I just rarely do. It takes all of 2 minutes to do per hank, but like I have all the stuff on my desk to turn them into hanks. I don't take the time to do it. But the yard sale, and this was really crazy. So I went, the last booth I visited was the girl who had a roomy table. Not couch potato. Crochet potato, potato crochet. She said she has a YouTube. The only one I could find was crochet potato. I don't know. It was either potato crochet or crochet potato. Is the only Facebook I could find with anything similar, or not Facebook. God, my brain is so scrambled. This only YouTube I could find. I followed her. I don't know if it's her or not. She doesn't have anything that identified. I mean, I think she's a teenager, so it makes sense that she wouldn't have anything that identified who she was. But I will continue buying her little amigurumis. They're really well done. They're really cute. Hey, Scarlett, why are you whining? I know why she's whining. She's got to be upstairs. Juju is in Juju's room with the door closed because she went back to bed after this morning's debacle with Bentley. She's all, I'm tired, I'm gonna go back to bed. I was like, all right, we'll go back to bed. Thank you for helping me. Because I didn't know if I was gonna have to take him into the emergency room. I didn't know what was gonna happen. And he seems okay. His face is still swollen, but all the bumps along his body have gone down a lot, with the exception of the ones in his nether region. Those are really, it's like he got attacked while he was peeing is what it looked like. Okay, so back to story time. So the last booth I went to was the amigurumi, and she had these Brontosaurus amigurumi, and they were so cute. And I wanted to buy one for Juju because I know she would love it, because she really liked the Good Dinosaur movie, and she really, like, they're cute. So I might actually try to make one, because I found the tutorial from a guy named Zach with exclamation points is his YouTube name, and he makes the Brontosaurus. And so I think I'm just going to follow his tutorial. I think I'm going to do it a little bit different though, because I would like to make it a no-sew pattern, and I think that I can do that and attach a tail the way that he attaches the head and make it a no-sew pattern, which is ideally what I would love to do. And I have a little bit of fluff somewhere in this room. It's over there. I have a laundry basket with fluffy yarn over there that is waiting to get put away because I have empty shelves over there. And I think I'm going to attempt to make a Brontosaurus because, oh my god, he was so cute. So anyway, I was going to buy her one, and the one I really was leaning towards was coral. It was coral colored. It was really cute. And she's all, actually, I think someone's coming back for that one. And I was like, all right, well, then I'll buy her a fish. Which was, I mean, she could have had a higher price sale had she just given me the Brontosaurus. I was there with cash in hand. But, I mean, I purchased from her, walked over and sat in the truck because Mr. Cinnamon and Little Man walked over to Dunkin' Donuts. They got Little Man a coffee because caffeine helps his ADHD so much. And while he was being really good, I didn't want to chance it. And I also wanted to go into Dances with Wool because the garage sale was outside. And I'm sitting in the truck all of 5-10 minutes. And the rain starts to pick up a little bit, and every single one of those vendors closed up shop. I was like the last customer. I made it there just in the nick of time to buy all the yarn that I wanted. I was under my $100 budget. I was happy. I made it. Like the kind of craptastic week I had. Like I was so happy. I made it there just in the nick of time. Just in the nick of time. And I was like, I told Mr. Cinnamon when he got back to the truck, I was like, I kind of want to go in here and buy fluff. It's LYS day. He's all right, well, let's go. And I was like, I told Little Man, I was like, you stay in the truck. Here's my phone. We're locking you in. You just sit there and eat your little donut holes and drink your coffee. And he was perfectly happy to do that. He sat there looking at my phone, eating his donut holes, drinking his iced coffee. Now, I go into Dances with Wool, and every vendor that was outside is now spending the money I just gave them to buy themselves brand new yarn. Which is brilliant on Dances with Wool's part, okay? We're going to have a yard sale in the yard. You can sell your old stash and come buy brand new yarn on LYS Day. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. Props to Dances with Wool. That was brilliant. I went in there. I wanted fluff. I knew they had fluff. I kind of knew which one I wanted already because if you recall, where is it? I tell you what, I can't find anything in this room. What did I do with it? It was over there. This one right here, the yellow and red one, Kim Dyes Yarn. I just discovered Kim Dyes Yarn a couple months ago. I'm kind of loving her yarn. This is fluff that I bought from the Yarn Crawl. And I knew that they had more. And when I went in and bought this one, they had a rainbow colored one that actually almost goes with this one. And I knew I was debating between this one and this one. And I got this one because it was just more of what I was in the mood for that day. So I kind of knew what I was going in there for. And I knew how much it cost. So these are $25 for a fluff braid. These colors are gorgeous. I didn't realize until I got to the car that the color name is the Rainbow Connection. Which me and Juju have a special connection with the Rainbow Connection. Like, we love the song, and like, it's me and Juju's thing. It's more Juju's thing than mine, but like, Rainbow Connection. If you don't know Kermit the Frog, okay, look up Rainbow Connection. I cried. Okay, so I sent her a picture after I bought it. She's like, oh my god, that's so sweet. And I didn't realize till after we were in the truck on the way home that it was called the Rainbow Connection. But now I have another very beautifully colored now I have another beautifully colored fluff that will be fun to spin. And what I really, really love about this is it almost looks like it's drawn from like comic strip because there's like black outlines as if someone drew a braid in comic style is what it reminds me of. Because they're just There's black draw marks from like chalk or lead pencil. And it's so pretty. So this is the one thing I went in for. It's the only thing I bought. And because I had bought so many hanks of yarn, I was like, I don't need more yarn. God help me, I don't need more yarn. And the last time I was in there was for the yarn crawl. And they had so many pop-up shops in there that they had like 5 times as much yarn as they normally do. So I didn't really see anything I had to have. But bought that. And then while I was standing in line, she had all these stickers on the counter. And all of them were knit. Knit this, knit that. Knitting needles, knit is life. Like all these knit stickers. And I was like, I just want crochet. And Mr. Simmons, that one's crochet. Yes, it is. We're buying $4.50 for a sticker, but they're really nice, heavy vinyl stickers. And that's a granny circle. So I got 2 crochet stickers to go with my sticker collection to either decorate my laptop or my laptop table or my planner. But yeah, I was so excited to get crochet stickers because she did not have a lot, and this was not included in the budget for the yard sale, so I still was under budget for the yard sale. I did buy myself something for LYS Day, and then I did buy both the kids something, but super I had so much fun. And I told Mr. Cinnamon, I said, partly I feel guilty because I borrowed from the grocery money, and I don't ever do that. I am not irresponsible. That's not, that Mr. Cinnamon would do it and not think twice. I don't do that. That's another thing where we differ vastly. I don't borrow from the grocery money ever because I've been without food in my life too many times. Like I grew up really poor. I don't play with the grocery money. That don't happen. But I knew I sold all those boxes with Etsy. I knew I had more money coming in. And it was supposed to be here Friday, and it wasn't. It didn't get deposited until Monday, and I knew it was going to be okay, but I was still like, there was a little bit of guilt happening, because that's just how I guilt myself about everything. I have Catholic guilt, okay? Just do. That's instilled by my mother. But leaving the sale, like 10 minutes later, Mr. Cinnamon called to check on Bentley. And then I took the dogs outside so that they could go potty. I wanted to show you the stings on Bentley's nether regions, whatever they are. Like they've gone down a lot, but they look pretty intense. He has more like around his other parts of his body. See, that one almost looks like there's a stinger still in it. So I'll have to look and see. If there's a stinger, that means that it's bees. If it's not a stinger, that means it's wasps, I believe. But a lot of the swelling has gone down, but those are the only place I could show you because it's under his facial hair. Like under here is all kinds of like welts and stuff. But like I said, the Benadryl helped a lot, and now my battery's dying. And since I don't have a clue where we were in the conversation when he called, I'm just gonna forget everything I was talking. I have no idea what I was talking about. Yeah, he's laying on the floor behind me again. He's definitely feeling better, but he's still not 100%. I'm relieved that the Benadryl helped as much as it did. Now the next big event that's coming up for us that we're going to go, I'm going to actually try to get footage, is the Maryland Sheep and Wool Festival. I don't know which day I'm going, and I'm only going for one day. I don't have a big budget. I have an okay budget because, I mean, Oreo kind of pulled the rug out from under me. And if Bentley does have to go to the vet at some point today because this gets worse, that's not going to happen either. But I'm just going, and honestly I want to go to have a good day with my family. I think it would be fun to go watch the sheep herding events and just to go do a little bit of shopping. I'm on the lookout for I want to see if I can buy a bigger spindle. Not much bigger, just slightly bigger, or a bigger whirl. Which I know I could have Mr. Cinnamon make me one. I can make one myself. They're not difficult to make, but I like buying from artisans that make those. So that's my goal, is that. See if there's any more fluff I can buy, because I can spin up a whole braid in a day without a problem. And I only have a handful of braids, so I also really like mixing colors, and I really like bright colors, so that's what I'll be on the lookout for mostly. Or unique, really brightly colored, hand dyed, local dyed, small batch dyer yarns. I'm trying to stay clear of the names everyone's heard of, you know, because there's indie dyers that everyone knows. Like, everybody knows so-and-so, and everybody knows so-and-so. I'm steering clear of those. I want to go to the small little shops that have really brightly colored yarn that, like, you know, not the big shops that has 5,000 skeins on their, that's not what I want. I don't want, so I want to support lesser known dyers, local to me dyers. I'm really liking Kim Dye's yarn. I don't know how large or how small she is, because I just started seeing her a couple months ago, and she's in Virginia, and so dyers like that. I would also like to buy more dye or more yarn from Fredericksburg Fibers, because she's super local to me, but I know she's not going to be at that event, because she's not of that level yet. I actually got a list the other day of who's going to be there, who's not, so maybe I'll go over that list and do some research like we did with the other fiber festival, and make a shopping list of who we might want to buy for. The list is ridiculously long. The list of vendors for the Maryland Sheep and Wool Festival is 18 pages long. I was like, what the heck? This is a lot of vendors. So I already know I'm not going to see everybody that I want to see, and I'm not even going to try. I'm going to make myself a small list of maybe 5 vendors, and then I'm going to spend the day with my family. We're going to watch and see if there's any sheep we can go pet. We're just going to go look and maybe learn something about the agricultural aspect of the Sheep and Wool Festival. Because I feel like I've watched a couple videos, and I feel like of all the fiber festivals in the area, Maryland Sheep and Wool is like the one where it's very like agriculturally forward, you know. It's not just like the last one I went to in South Carolina or North Carolina. It was more about buying from vendors. They didn't have animals, they didn't have livestock, they didn't have shows or anything like that. Maryland Sheep and Wool has all kinds of stuff. They have classes, they have shows, they have competitions, they have livestock you can go look at. Yeah, so that's what I'm looking for. I might even buy some bear roving if I can find it at a good enough price so that I can dye my own. I've been looking at the prices of bear roving because you guys know that I dyed that really beautiful yarn that's on the back of my door that you can't see, and I really enjoyed that whole process, and I would like to do more of that. So that's something also I'm going to be thinking about, because it's ridiculously cheap to dye your own. They had a pound of roving on one of the websites for $27, and that's, what is this? These are 4 ounces, so it's 4 of these for $27, whereas I paid $25 for it already dyed for a quarter of it. A quarter of the yarn. So yeah, I'm gonna be looking into dyeing my own, and that way, like, I don't mind buying roving from small dyers. I, however, enjoy making my own colorways, because sometimes I'll be like, oh, I really love the blues and the purples and the yellow, but I wish it had way more red or a deeper saturated red. I can make my own, right? So, yeah, that was our adventures this weekend to the Scarlet. I hear brakes on a truck outside. It's all right. Hey, come, I know. Come here. Come here. Somebody here? You safe, Mama? You're a good girl. I know. Oh, tell me. Who's out there? Yeah, what are they doing? No way. It's alright. Mama will save you. And my little guard dog. Come here. It's a pretty kitty girl. So, really enjoyed the yarn sale, the yarn yard sale again. I'm going to make it a point to go every year. I highly recommend you follow Dances with Wool if you're in the Richmond area. And I've looked for other yarn yard sales and I can't find any other yarn store that's doing this. So I don't know if it's unique to Dances with Wool, but if you go to a local yarn shop and you're friendly with the owner, suggest they do it because it was fun. And it's a way, and it's brilliant marketing. Think about it, okay? You have a local yarn store, and those people love yarn so much that they have a stash, right? But the stash is starting to go to waste because maybe they have just one left over from a project, and they're like, oh, I really was going to buy something with this, but I'm not feeling it anymore. So now I'm going to pass it on to like the next person. Like the next person is me. And I'm a yarny, and I'm like, I will gladly take over your scraps, your leftovers. You're like, I will do something with it, right? They made $10 that they can go back into the yarn shop and buy brand new yarn, or it's like a $10 off coupon off a $20 hang yarn. It's going to help your, because I'm telling you from what I saw, all those vendors went into Dances with Wool. Every single one of them was shopping in there with the money that they made from the yard sale. Brilliant marketing. Brilliant. And that's exactly what I did last week. I sold off some of my stash. I bought somebody else's stash. I traded up. So it all works. We're all getting new yarn. We're all getting it at a discounted rate. It works out just fine. But I had a lot of fun. And I even had fun going and perusing and buy myself another fluff that actually goes with several other of my fluffs. So this goes with this one. Could totally go with that one. Which totally goes with this one. These could all be blended together. I'm just saying. So, really, really exciting. And I haven't spun yarn. I haven't spun yarn in over a week now. My poor little spindle's sitting there empty because just everything going on. I have not had time to do anything practically. Well, I've done a lot, but nothing crafty. I've done a lot of everything else, nothing crafty. And my brain needs the craftiness. So today, after I record this, I'm going to take my laptop and go sit on the couch. And I'm going to edit and upload Tuesday and Wednesday's videos. And I'm going to probably crochet. And then when I'm done crocheting, I might spin yarn. Depending on if I finish the shawl or not. But I'm in the last skein of the shawl, so I should be done. I would definitely be done by Monday. But until then, I will see you in the next one. I hope you're having a fantastic day. This week so far, I mean it's only Monday. So far it feels like it's going okay-ish. Bentley didn't need to go to the emergency room. I'm counting that as a win. Knock on wood. Little man went to school without problems this morning. Knock on wood. He was really good all weekend. I have been letting him ride his bike a little bit further than normal, so he's so excited to just go. Because I can see him when he's riding. I can see him from almost any... Like, there's blind spots from where he's going, but I can see him. And so I watch where he's going. And, he checks in every time he takes a lap. He checks in with me. Okay, I'm going on another one. And it's been helping him to channel some of his excess energy. But I'm gonna say we're winning this week. I'm gonna be positive. I'm gonna be hopeful. This week's gonna be better than last week. Like I said, I'm recording this on Monday, so like we're still early in the week, but this got to be better than last week. It's got to be. So with that, I will let you go. I will hopefully see you tomorrow. I don't know what we're going to talk about tomorrow because I haven't planned that far ahead yet. I'm taking an easy day. I'm recording this video and then I'm going to edit videos while I'm crocheting. I'm going to watch some probably murder documentaries or maybe even a ridiculous movie. I'm kind of obsessed with the Twilight series. I will watch them 100 times over again. Don't care. I like them. I like Twilight. I'm a Jacob fan all the way. I'm a Jacob fan, but I don't like Bella or Edward. And I still love the series. Anyway, I'll let you go and I'll see you in the next one.